Hi everyone, today I want to talk about the movie Split. It was directed and written by M.Night Shyamalan. Many of you guys know, if you've watched some of my previous videos, that M.Night Shyamalan is one of my favorite horror movie directors, and I know that's a hot spot for a lot of people, but I think he is one of the most creative writers and directors out there. I think all of his stories are amazing. There's only been like 1 or 2 movies that I didn't like, and they weren't even horror related. So anyway, let's talk about Split. Split is an amazing movie. It follows a character played by James McAvoy. In this movie, you are introduced to a few different characters. There is a group of girls celebrating, ironically, a birthday party, which I thought was interesting because it was my birthday and I had gone to go see it on one of the characters' birthdays in the movie. Anyway, so it follows this group of girls and the situation that they get themselves into. If you watch the trailer, you know that the girls are abducted, and it gets really scary from there and strange from there on out. I'm not sure how long this movie was in the #1 position at the box office, but I had heard that it was in the #1 position for many weekends as after it was released. This movie, I feel like, was one of M. Night Shyamalan's best creations. It had an amazing beginning. It grabbed you right away. It pulled you in. You were on the edge of your seat, wondering what was going to happen from there on out. Just the setup for it was amazing. The way the camera was picking up the characters, it gave it this really creepy edge to it. The set that the characters are taken to when they are abducted is so creepy. Just thinking that you're stuck there and you can't figure out how to get out, and you're wondering where you are the whole time, because like a lot of M. Night Shyamalan's movies, most of the film is restricted to one specific area. There are different areas that it does go into, so it's not like completely secluded, but there is a sense of seclusion when the girls are put into the area that they're forced to stay in. Everyone did an amazing job with their characters. Everyone was believable. You could feel the fear in the young girls. You could feel the confusion of other characters surrounding James McAvoy's character, as well as from James McAvoy. And speaking of James McAvoy, he is such an amazing actor. The premise of this movie is, that this person has different personalities, which is an affliction that some people do have. I don't want to call it an affliction. Split personality disorder is something that some people do have to deal with in a day-to-day life, and I feel like this portrayal was of like an extreme case. I feel like some people were trying to make it like M. Night Shyamalan was sort of capitalizing or taking advantage of this sort of issue that people have to deal with. But I really felt like it was done in such a tasteful way that it just sort of explains what situation a person can be in that does have some split personality disorders, the extreme case. And to be honest, I don't know completely what it is like for people who do have split personality disorders, but this just to me, this felt like it would be an extreme case because of where the story went. I felt like it was such a creative spin on the power of suggestion and the power of the mind. It just made it believable in a sense, credible. It was just an interesting way to interweave these ideas together and create this new sort of story and legend and myth of a man. And like I was saying earlier, James McAvoy was absolutely amazing. He played his character very well because his character had to be more than one person all at once, but then in separate scenes. They introduced a few different split personalities in the beginning of the movie, and they introduced their name, and you could tell by the way he was dressed who these characters were. As the movie progressed, you didn't have to have him wearing a certain set of clothing. You didn't have to introduce, oh, this must be this character now, because he did it with a look, a gesture, the way his voice changed, the phrasing of his words. It was just an all-around amazing job seeing this actor portray so many different characters while being the same person, and it was just phenomenal. I can't praise him enough. He was such a terrifying and sympathetic character. I have a special place in my heart for characters like Norman Bates, and in a way, to me, the way his personality or personalities were kind of reminded me of Norman Bates, and so I just really enjoyed his character as a whole. Anyway, this movie was absolutely amazing, and like I said, the beginning, it set you completely up for the movie, and it just pulled you straight in, and when you got to the middle part, it might have been a little slow for some people, but that is just how M. Night weaves in his story and sets up the perfect storyline. I feel like this movie was amazing. At the end of the movie, you're just left in awe, and I cannot tell you enough. The ending is one of the most important parts of the story to me, and when movies start really well and you're really into it and then they end badly, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth for the rest of the movie. But this movie, it started well. It had a nice creative story, and then it ended so fantastically. It just was an amazing movie as a whole. I highly recommend that you go see this movie. Go see it more than once. Support it in the theaters, and when it comes out, go pick it up, watch it, invite your friends over, because it is something that you will enjoy. Especially if you're an M. Night Shyamalan fan. Keep an eye on the ending. I can't tell you how excited me and my mom were when that ending happened. We were just giddy, and we were freaking out in our seats, and a few other people, it didn't seem like they quite understood what the ending was about. If you have stuck around long enough as a fan of M. Night, you kind of know, oh my gosh, that was just absolutely amazing. We left in awe, we left giggling to ourselves and just so impressed. And I've already heard that M. Night Shyamalan is thinking he might have a sequel to this movie, and if he does, I will be there opening weekend to go watch it, because it was, like I said, amazing. Go watch this movie, you won't regret it. And if you have watched this movie, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Just like I said, really impressed, really excited about this movie. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.